Hi, welcome to Blue Door. This video is meant to help you understand the house a little bit better, and if you have any questions, hopefully they'll be answered by the details in the video. This is the HVAC filter, which can be replaced by pulling down these tabs, taking the filter out, replacing it with a new one, and locking the grate back into place. These filters will be in the closet. The size is indicated on the top and should be taken note of as you go to the store. This sheet will allow you to keep track of how many times the filter has been replaced and when it's been replaced. This is the fridge filter, which can be unscrewed by turning counterclockwise, pulled out, and replaced by a new filter, which will then turn clockwise to lock in place. This is the water filter replacement box, which sits atop the fridge. The information for the water filter is on the side should you need it to purchase a new one. This is the filter replacement sheet, where you can keep a log of every time the filter has been replaced, noting the date and name. The mini split filter can be replaced by pulling on these tabs, lifting up, and assessing the filter. If the filter is dirty, simply pull it out, wash it with water or soap, and then be sure to dry the filter before placing it back into the mini split. Though you may be well aware of this, we felt it was important to reiterate that the dryer vent should be checked after each use, as dryer vent fires are the leading cause of house fires. The washer filter can be replaced and changed every 6 months. The washer filter has a hose located here that can be removed, and the cap can be untwisted to drain the line. It's quite difficult, so the best practice here is to just pinch the line and untwist the cap by rotating counterclockwise. Eventually the cap will come out and you'll be able to drain the line efficiently. This line can be drained into a cup or onto a towel. Just make sure you have something nearby, as it will drain about 2 or 2.5 cups of water. Once you're done draining the line, reinsert the cap by pinching the hose and twisting clockwise. Once the cap is inserted, you can simply place the hose back up into its holder. This is the water filter itself. It's supposed to turn counterclockwise and come out, but it might just click on you and not do anything at all. The solution to this problem is to take something flat like a screwdriver and push the tab, this little white tab right here. Push the tab up as you turn counterclockwise. It's kind of hard to get it on there just quite right, but if you push up on it and turn counterclockwise at the same time, it'll help it come loose, and then you can just from there unscrew it. Once it's unscrewed, you can just remove it from its housing, check it, clean it, wash it, whatever you need to do, dump it out in the trash, stick it back in, and turn it clockwise until it starts clicking. Now, once it's clicked into place, you'll need to ensure that the white tab is lined back up in the original position that it was. It meets this gray tab, if you can see that on the video. This is the dehumidifier for the upstairs bathroom. When you're taking a shower, you can turn it on and set a timer to turn it off in half an hour. This is nice because it will automate itself and shut off in about half an hour. You don't have to worry about turning it off after you shower. Just hit timer off in half an hour and you should be good to go. The projector. So this is the projector. There's an HDMI input and power supply input coming through the wall. Those supplies run down the wall all the way to behind the couch. Now, as you can see, it's not the cleanest, but if you need to troubleshoot any connections, you can see the connections are there. You can unplug the HDMI and power input to just check the back as you're troubleshooting, make sure you're in the right port. You can also see there's an audio output. It's an 1/8 inch output in case you have any speakers. The HDMI input lives kind of behind the couch, off in this little area. Sometimes the front door lock is just annoying. The keypad doesn't work or the thumbprint scanner doesn't work. So you need to pull up on the lock itself and pull out. It can be a little tricky, but there's a master lock behind it, which is manual. You can stick your key in and lock and unlock the door. The back of the door hosts the batteries, which can be changed by taking off this cover, replacing them with AA batteries, and sliding the cover back on. These are the water shutoff valves under the sink in the kitchen. This is the hot water line, and this is the cold water line. To shut off the valve, simply turn it clockwise until you can't turn it anymore, and the water will be shut off. You can check it up top to make sure that it is shut off, and to turn it back on, just turn it counterclockwise. This is the water shut off for the downstairs bathroom, hot water and cold water. The cold water taps into the fridge, as you can see. These require a quarter turn to shut off and a quarter turn to turn back on. The other valve requires turning clockwise to shut off, counterclockwise to turn on. Down in the basement you will find the water main, which is where all the water comes in from the road. If you want to shut it off, simply give it a quarter turn clockwise and the water will shut off from the road. To turn it back on, give it a quarter turn counterclockwise. There are additional spigot hose shutoffs in the basement as well. These are the same as the main in that they turn quarter turn clockwise and counterclockwise for on and off. These will shut off the supply to the spigots outside in case they leak. Should any power trip or a short circuit in the house, you can come down to the basement to the electrical panel where you will see the circuits and the breakers. The breakers should switch into the off position if a circuit has tripped. Simply turn it back on, or if you don't need it, keep it off. The labels are not entirely accurate to the home, but they can give you some indication as to what the circuit will turn off and on. You can see there are corresponding numbers, and those numbers are also etched into the panel itself. The main breaker for the house is here and should not ever be turned off or on. It should stay on constantly. Don't take the panel cover off, as it hosts all the electrical components and can be very dangerous. You can see as you come down the stairs, you'll go around this partition wall and the electrical circuit panel is right there.